Hey there, I am back with another deck review, and today I'm going to be looking at the Fighter Ace deck from Bicycle. This is another Bicycle retail deck and is available exclusively at Walmart stores. If you like what you see here, go check it out at your local Walmart. It's only a $4 deck, so definitely an approachable price point. Let's jump into it, find out what it's all about. The deck itself is, of course, inspired by fighter jet pilots, so military pilots that you might see out there. You can really see that right off from the artwork right on the front of the tuck. And the tuck itself is just a regular glossy finish tuck case, no embossing, no foiling of any sort, but it is a really interesting color. It's this kind of baby blue color with lots of red and white elements, giving it a very red, white, and blue American feel to it overall. You have the classic Bicycle banner across the top, trusted since 1885, done in kind of red, white, and blue. And then Fighter Ace across the bottom with a little star here, kind of reminiscent, I guess, of an Air Force logo, if you will. It's not an actual Air Force logo that I know of. And then the main image in the middle is kind of a shot from the interior of a cockpit. So you're looking at the pilot kind of from the front of the cockpit, and he's flanked outside the window. You can see flanked by a couple of other jets. Not sure whether these are meant to be a specific jet, although I'll say they look a lot like F-35s personally. You've got the pilot right in the center wearing his helmet, and then through the window of the cockpit you can kind of see these rays coming out in kind of a grayish blue color. It's a very cool image. I love the perspective on this one and the look from the front of the pilot. And obviously pretty on the nose with the theme of Fighter Ace. On the sides, you got air cushion finish made in the USA. Other side, the United States Playing Card Company, who of course printed the deck. Bottom has your ad copy for the USPCC. And the top just says Fighter Ace playing cards. Back's going to be the back design of the cards we'll look at in a second. And you get a standard black USPCC seal. As you usually get with the retail decks, a little bit more ad copy on the inner flap here, and nothing printed on the interior of the tuck. So that's the tuck. Interesting kind of different color that you don't see a lot on decks. So not bad in that regard. You know, it's a retail deck, so don't expect anything too crazy on it, but not bad at all. But getting into the cards, and here's the back, very much in keeping with what we looked at on the tuck case. It's this, again, that kind of baby blue color with red and darker blue elements throughout. Now you have just sort of a reflected image, very similar to what we saw on the front of the tuck case. This time the pilot flanked by 4 different planes, so all of them flying in formation, and you get kind of a close-up view of the almost cel-shaded sort of artwork of the pilot, complete with the sunlight glinting off his helmet. Fun fact I learned about these helmets, you know, these helmets can cost anywhere upwards of $400,000 per helmet. So really pricey helmets you've got there. They've got all kinds of crazy instrumentation in them and night vision, all kinds of crazy stuff. But running down the middle, you have a red, white, and blue banner, complete with the stars on there, but forms a completely two-way back design. So nice. And then kind of a thicker blue polka border around the edges. So that's the back design of the cards. The faces of the cards are all white. So with having the blue edges on the back and the white on the front, kind of limits down some of the usefulness of the deck for Magic, but it is what it is. The 2 jokers, you get the classic bicycle joker with the king riding on his bicycle. 2 different versions. You have one that's done in kind of a black and white. It's actually a really dark blue and white. And then the other one is a recolored joker, this time done in that kind of light blue and red. Really nice color combination there, I think. You know, I've said this before on other retail decks. I wish they did a little more, particularly with the jokers, something else to work in the theme. But they're nicely recolored, and it's not uncommon for the retail decks. You do also get 1 gaff card. You get a double backer. Always nice to get one of those. And a pretty standard bicycle ad card. Now jumping into the rest of the deck, you do get a custom Ace of Spades. Features, again, just sort of a close-up of that pilot in his cockpit with the star at the bottom. and then the kind of sun ray around it, and it's sort of die cut into the shape of a spade pip. You've got Bicycle, Fighter Ace, and the USPCC copy at the bottom. And it's kind of in a font that's reminiscent of the stamped on letters that you'd see on military gear. I have pretty standard pip and index in the corner. Again, a little hard to see here, but it is a really dark blue rather than a true black. And that's true of all of the spade cards. And maybe you can catch it there a little bit. Really, really dark blue. Got to really look at it under light to see the color difference. The number cards are completely standard, other than the slight color change. Nothing too special here. Standard layout, everything. And the quartz are standard bicycle quartz, but recolored. Wish, again, they'd done a little bit more with the theme in the quartz. That said, it is a really nice job with the recoloring. I like the combination of that light blue, the darker blue, and the red. And I will say that light blue ink, when you have it in hand, almost looks metallic. It's not a metallic blue ink by any means, but it almost has that look to it when you get it in hand. So nice job with the recoloring, but they are just standard quartz. Down through the red cards, which are more of a deeper, almost maroon or kind of crimson color to them, rather than the really bright red that you'd see, into the red quartz. And we'll zoom really fast through the rest of the deck because we've seen what it has to offer. There's through the standard clubs, ace of clubs, and the heart quartz, more of the same, down through the hearts, and finishing with the ace of hearts. So that's the deck. As far as handling, they handle well. It's a bicycle deck, so no surprises here whatsoever. Cuts, fans, everything's going to handle really beautifully, as we've come to expect from bicycles, their standard retail stock. As far as usefulness of the deck, it's more of a gameplay deck for me. It's one that's meant to break out and use. It's not a high collector's deck. I mean, it's a standard $4 retail deck. It's going to be limited in Magic in my mind. It's, you could definitely use this for Magic tricks. Obviously, I've said this before, but certain tricks are going to be limited by the fact that the edges of the faces of the deck are different from the backs. So that's always going to create some limitations for Magic. And cardistry, it's a bicycle deck that handles well, so I'm sure you could use it for cardistry too. But that's it. That is the look at the Fighter Ace deck from Bicycle. Like I said before, you can go check this out at your Walmart if you're interested in picking one up for yourself. Definitely worth a look for $4. All right, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what other decks you want to see. Make sure to subscribe for more deck reviews and unboxings, and I'll see you for the next one.